Alright, we've got the most of it cut out. What I'm going to go ahead and do is only lay certain parts in at a time. Not trying to do the whole thing at once. With resin, you have unlimited time, alright? Let me rephrase that. You get 15 minutes. But you get unlimited time to lay your parts in, alright? So you don't have to do it all in the first batch of resin, alright? Everybody makes this mistake. And they try and rush it, and when they rush it, they fuck it up. Alright, so what you do is you lay in the most of it, like how I got right here. You lay in all the parts that are going to be the biggest pain in the ass that you really don't want to fuck with gloves and sticky ass resin on your fingers. So the easy parts, like those, we could lay in later. What we're going to do is we're going to get all these hard parts in. So I'm going to fix that little corner right there. Get all these little hard spots in. All those little hard spots. You see what I mean? Places that are going to be a pain in the ass. Now, this isn't a cosmetically pleasing part. It will be, because it's going to be airbrushed too, because the whole car is actually airbrushed. So, but you still see the carbon through the airbrushing. So it's a really cool effect, actually. So what we're doing is we're making light parts for this car. We're trying to make this car 2,000 pounds. Alright, so we're making this part really light. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and resin the shit out of this. And don't go stingy with carbon with resin, alright? A lot of people do. A lot of people fuck it up. You get dry socks, spots and stuff like that in it. What I do is I like to pull up the part a little bit, wet it out, put the part back on, put the cloth back on over it. So what you would do is you'd pull this, and see, you don't want it sticking to anything. Yeah, so you pull that up, and you get a nice fat coat of resin underneath that. And then you can just kind of, since it's already been laying here, you can just kind of put it back. Just like that. Alright, just kind of put it back. Make sure you get that shit in with your corner of your finger. All right here, get all those air bubbles out. Let this shit sit for about 20 minutes. What will happen is the fabric will actually sink in to the mold itself. So you want to get all this stuff nice. Get these corners nice. Okay? So again, this isn't a cosmetically pleasing part. You notice all these little hairs everywhere. Well, a lot of people would take them out, but you know what? I paid money for that hair. And on the back side, you're never going to see it. So, might as well leave it in. It's just going to make little stringers in there. A little toe. That'll give it just that little added strength. And we're only doing 2 layers on this. You know, a lot of people say 3. But with the fiberglass resin, actually, it's a little bit stronger than the epoxy. And once you let it sit for about a week on the car where it's floating, that part will stay the same shape. And it'll be stronger than your old bumper. And it will not have any fucking parts that are going to crack on you. You use too much resin, you use too much cloth, you get a really light part that's really not bendable. And for a front bumper, it has to be bendable. If it's not bendable, it will crack. You hit right here. Right here is the bottom part of the bumper. And if you hit this on a curb, this bumper's done. Alright? So the less layers you use on this thing, the more flexible it's going to remain. Alright? And that flexibility is what's going to keep your bumper from cracking when you do hit a curb. So this is a street car, just to let you know. Here in Lompoc we have a tendency to overdo our cars. So yeah, so this is what it looks like. And you see how I got all of that nice edge all wrapped in there. I missed a little piece up here, but that's okay, because I'm going to go ahead, once this is dry, I'm going to turn it flat so I can do this side. And I'm going to turn it flat so I can do this side. Because if you noticed, on Earth we have this thing called gravity, and gravity sucks ass because it makes carbon fiber want to fall. So if you put it right here in your first pass, this piece, by the time you're done with your part, will be right here. That's another reason for backing bagging. But you put your piece on and then turn the part so this mold moves, and this is the bottom of it, and then you can lay that piece in and take your time on this, guys. Take your time. So you see how I don't put a lot right here. Alright, because that's going to be cut out. That doesn't matter. Okay, there's probably going to be a little piece hanging over, and that'll all be trimmed off. But don't worry about that, guys. Just get all your little corner pieces first. Get all this piece in, because that's going to be a pain in the ass, and this piece will be a pain in the ass. So get that in, get this in, because that's going to be a pain in the ass right here. Getting that, trying to get that fabric in while it's wet, and your fingers are all sticky. And every single time you touch it, like every fucking hair in the world sticks to your fingers. So, and wear gloves, because resin's hard to get off your fingers. And don't use acetone directly on your hands, because that's just stupid. Alright, so I'm going to fix a couple little parts, and I'll get back to you again.